The image provided is a picture that gives information about human babies' bones names. We can see in this structure, in the upper body we have pelvis, radius, and ribs. Cell is above the human body. On the head we have mandible and a skull. Pelvis connect the upper body to the feet. The feet contains femur, patella, and all of them contain the body structure of a human baby. Fundus is the finger bones. So overall, this picture shows us the human baby's structure.
This is the skeleton of the human body. This is the skeleton of the human body. Each part of the body is labeled with unique name and evil parts. So topmost of this skeleton is covered by the skull and the mantle, and the middle part of this body is covered by ribs, radius, and pelvises, and lower part of the body covered by femur, patellar, and phalanges. The medical students who want to learn more about the human structure, then they can utilize this model to learn more about that, and they can pass in their exam. This is the skeleton view of the human body. This will be used by the every lecturer to show the demo to the students who wants to learn more about the medical science. And the topmost is completed with a skull and a mantle. And the middle layer of this human body is covered by ribs, radicus, and pelvises. And lower part of the body is covered by phalanges and palatal. So this part is labeled with a different unique name and labeling from top to down, so that people can understand very easily from here. People who want to study more about the human structure, then they can learn lot information from here.
This diagram displayed the correct picture of the skeleton. Firstly, this diagram has displayed all the correct labels of the human parts of the body. On the top of the head, there is something called skull, and on the top left, there is something called mandible. The second part is called pelvis, which is in the bottom of the human skeleton, and the bottom, which is called femur and patella, and the finger side on the right side is called phalanges, and the above is called ribs, and the below is called radius. Overall, this picture gives the beautiful information about the skeleton, which is helpful for everyone.
This picture gives information about different parts of our skeleton. From the top, we can see a skull's mandible in the head of us, and in the middle part of the picture, there is clavis, ribs, radiuses, and also pelvis. In the bottom part of this skeleton, there are femur, patella, phalanges. To sum up, this picture gives information about different parts of a human skeleton.
The random picture gives the information about skeleton. It is evident that there are many things present in this image. Another interesting point is that the picture is divided into two parts, right and left. In the right part there are skulls, ribs, radius, whereas the left part there is pelvis and femur. Another interesting point is that the data is given in terms of different numbers. Overall, the picture show information about skeleton.
The image below shows the human skeleton of the body. In the figure, skull is at the topmost region, followed by the mandible, lies below the nose and above the mouth. After that, we can see the clavicle above the ribs, and radius lies in the hand, and the pelvis lies above the legs. Femur and patella bones are lies in the legs, and phalanges in the hands. So to conclude this explains about the human skeleton.
The image gives the information about the skeleton of human body. The image provides the information about clavicle, ribs, radius, and phalanges. Firstly, it provides a detailed discussion about mandible and also about pelvis and femur with patella. Moreover, it provides a detailed explanation about ribs, radius, and clavicle. Furthermore, it provides a detailed explanation about skulls, which are the main part of the human body. To conclude, the image provides the information about the skeleton of human body.
This image gives information about a human skeleton. From the image, we can see that the skeleton is made out of different parts. The part that makes up the head involves the skull, mandible. The part that make up the center or thorax is the clavicle and the ribs. The pelvis, femur, and patella makes up the lower limb. And the upper limit is also involves of the radius and ulna. Overall, this is an image which discusses about skeleton.
The skeleton describes many things. There are various factors mentioned here. Initially, the first one is the skull on the top of the head, and there was a ribs radius was mentioned on the right side. On the left side, we can see patella, femur, and pelvis was at the center point of the body. Overall, this gives a clear overview of a skeleton. Probably this skeleton looks like a kid skeleton where the hands and the legs are a bit shorter compared to the adult skeleton.
The diagram gives us information about the human skeleton. So the upper part composed of the skull and mandible, and then on the middle part of the body it has clavicle, ribs, and radius. And then on the lower part it has pelvis, femur, patella, and also in the middle part I can also see phalanges. So in conclusion, the diagram gives us information about the human skeleton from top to bottom.
The image shows a picture which is about human skeleton. It also shows different items such as skull and mandible as well as clavicle. In this image we can see ribs and radius as well as pelvis. The information indicates phalanges and femur as well as patella. From the image we can conclude human skeleton and different sides.
This image gives information about skeleton. There are many elements in this image. From this image I can say that the first step that is skull which is indicated by mandible. Now the second step that is calvin which is indicated by pelvis. If we talk about the third step that is femur which is indicated by phalanges and the radials in ribs. There are some colors in this image such as yellow, black, red, white and many more. In conclusion, this image is very informative and knowledgeable.
The image depicts the information about skeleton. It is clearly seen from the image there are different names of different rights. Firstly, it indicates skull and mandible. Skull is present on the left side and mandible is present on the right side. Moreover, it provides the different colors. The colors are white and black. Overall, the image is very informative.
The given image is about the human skeleton. From an overall perspective, we can see that the skull accounts for the most important information about the mandible. In addition, ribs accounts for the second most important information about the radius. However, phalanges accounts for the least important information about the femur. One thing that clearly stands out is that the patella is really interesting and important for the human body.